Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a quite potent pure peppermint tea. So welcome back to the game, and in a previous series of videos we were building this, which is hopefully the inescapable facility, as inescapable as you can manage within the confines of the game, budget and time, etc. And well, this is the extreme testing initiative where we put the prison through its paces by inducing certain events and behaviours that may or may not occur naturally within the prison environment. Things like forcing all of the prisoners to try and run out the front door, forcing them to fight, to riot, and giving them lots of weapons. And well, we'll see how the prison fares up. So just in summary, we have 6 cell blocks, each containing 12 inmates, all of whom are maximum security inmates. We've only really got a couple of areas where they sort of congregate together, which is sort of this common room area, and then you've got a yard and canteen. These are all separated off from the other cell blocks, so they don't really interact with one another. We have things like glass walls for line of sight. We've got advanced searchlights, CCTV, sniper towers, got water, lots of perimeter walls, door automation, cliff edges. We have patrols, and just, yeah, we've made it, like I say, as secure as we could possibly manage, like I say, within the confines. I mean, yes, we could probably remove the staff doors and change them to something a bit more secure, but there's so many of them, then hopefully it's going to work out. So what we're going to do, this is basically the save as it was at the end of the last build episode, with free fire turned on, because that should have been turned on, you know, for the last part of it. And we're going to see what would happen then if we were to, say, have every single inmate. Maybe should we go just trying to run out? You've got riot, jailbreak, fight, and calm. We're going to go with jailbreak. This is the one that scares me the most, so let's go and click. Actually, I say that. I say it scares me the most. It actually doesn't. The one that scares me the most is where they're all armed. But either way, let's have a quick pause here. So all of the inmates are basically trying to get out the front door. Now, what I'm not going to do is basically change this up. So, like, we're not going to go for lockdown. I'm not going to have guard responses or anything like that. We're just going to see what would happen if the prison is allowed to basically do its own thing. So obviously a lot of fighting in and around these areas here. Let's have a quick look over on the very left. Yeah, they're trying to get through this door here, but they're actually obeying the checkpoint by the look of it. The only way for them to get out really is you know, through the front door here. Yes, they could go around the back, but then they have to go all the way around because of the cliff edges. So yeah, lots of guys are fighting. We've got a bit of an issue over here. We've had 6 deaths so far, and that's mainly around the front door here, where we've got the snipers. Obviously, I haven't set any of these to the guard response or anything like that. We've got Sean Taylor here, who is fighting against 2 doggos, Lily and Steve, and they're now unconscious. Got a bit more things going on here. That's Tim Wilson, who's fighting. But basically, oh no, there's the armed guard here, Luke, who is having a little chat with Griffiths, having more than a bit of a chat. I like the way that, yes, they search the TV once, or they turn the TV off once they dealt with Aaron there. And having a look around, that guy is injured but is obeying everything. And, well, that's it. I think that's pretty much the end of it. Okay. So, sort of as expected, the inmates didn't get very far. I think the closest anyone got was well, was anyone in any area where they shouldn't have been? I don't even think Tim managed to get to here. And then they still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors remaining. Okay, well, that was the one where they're trying to just run out. What about if it was just to say fight? So loading up the same thing, and we're going to see what happens if every single one of them decide to fight. Now again, I have a feeling that not many escapes will happen here, but what we may see is a lot of fatalities. Let's just pause it for a moment, have a quick look around. I'm seeing, oh, apparently I think that's a dead janitor there. Yes, that's Ethan. And lots of fighting in that cell block, probably some in here as well. Yes, we do have guards with stun batons and tasers, so most of the tasers will have been shot in the first instance. In fact, you see the tasers flashing because they're on cooldown there. Some of these guys are just smashing stuff up, so like this Stephen here, for example, just actually breaking stuff. Their behaviours will be altered by their traits as well. So far up to 8 deaths, which is, yeah, suboptimal to say the least. Obviously, we do have free fire turned on, so you are going to get some more. I was in two minds whether or not to put that on or off, and oh, that was Paul Palmer here, elderly Paul Palmer, had a set of jail keys, and they were trying to run out the front. Looks like the inmates are, yes, being subdued. Obviously, danger level is increasing. We have Yijit, who is now fighting against Peter, and now gyrating after being hit by a taser. Okay, so as expected, a lot more carnage ensued, and more fatalities, but still secure. That's is good, maybe? I mean, maybe good is a bit of a stretch, but no one got out. Well, some people got out horizontally, but they didn't get out through the front door and escape, which is the whole point in this thing. Let's try that again, and I don't expect much change here, but let's just see what happens if they just go for a full-on riot. How long will it take for the guards to basically get everything back in the box, shall we say? Immediately we've had James Gall here who's been tasered, and oh, look at that. So this is the sniper shots. I think there's Paul and Butterman at the front. Those are the two snipers that basically have the most customers. There's a couple on the back here as well, although that isn't staffed. But you can see the advantage of having external external sort of rooms, so your canteen, your yard, all of the staff only areas being external as well. It just means that the snipers have good view. If I was to redo this, I would be tempted to have these cells external as well. Sorry, these cells would be the internal, but then the rest of this, all of this would be outside, because I think the common room can go outside. Oh no, it actually does sit indoors for the common room. Not that you need to set any of this really to common room, they'll still use the items, but it means that a sniper, say here, would be able to overlook all of these. But maybe that's a future build. Anyway, after only maybe a minute or so in game, we've went from 60 odd prisoners rioting to under 10 here. Obviously we've not yet done anything in terms of guard responses. We haven't altered any behaviours. There's only been 6 fatalities, which is actually impressive to see. What is curious is that we've got patrols here. You can see there's Hudson and Smith here going up and down, but they've not really been bothered about stopping any people in here. So I think for the first time this episode we are going to go to guard response, and we'll have the guards go in there, and yep, that's basically everything dealt with now. Okay, danger level is naturally very, very high, and you can expect that. Not as many fatalities as the fight, and now there's going to be a lot of people awaiting a solitary. Yes, 30 in solitary, 2 awaiting. So actually, we have the provision for all of that anyway, so this is pretty good. Okay, so all of these things could have happened within reason, naturally, within the facility, if it was, well, mismanaged heavily and such. But there's one thing that can't happen normally. I mean, I say it can't happen normally. If you were to have, say, a massive armory in the middle that was open to all the inmates, then potentially you can have something like this. But what would happen if every single prisoner was armed? So if we just have a look here, we can see we've got prisoners armed with different things. So we've got clubs, we've got a shotgun, we have an SMG of some kind, there's a drill, there's a revolver, there's a lighter. Let's go over here. We got drills, lighters. It looks to be a revolver, another drill. More? Is that a drill? No, I think that's a submachine gun. We've got post still getting delivered. It can't stop the mail, and well, let's just unpause it. So this is where it's really the unknown here, because now we've got a lot of inmates who are just charging towards the front door. Inmates who are armed and who are very, very keen on getting out and are willing to use whatever means necessary and whatever tools they have been furnished with. So you can hear lots of shots from the left. Yeah, you can hear that going on there. Is anyone armed with there's obviously some sort of machine gun. Yeah, is that like an Uzi or something that they're armed with? Oh, like they're all running out the front door. so far, they got further than anybody else. Obviously, we haven't initiated any guard responses here. Well, there's some guy with a... Yeah, they have a assault rifle, in fact. So, wow. Okay, they're still charging towards the front door. 16 deaths. That's actually a lot... That's a lot less than I thought. There's still shots ringing out. Is that for... Oh, that's guys trying to break the solitary doors. Okay, that's fair enough. We can also see the sniper at the back, Brody here. They was pretty much able to target in the middle, so it shows you the line of sight and also the range of the snipers. Some of these guys have... well, they've decided to leave the facility. Some of them, like this guy, is just using prayer mats as target practice, apparently. Why the mats? What have they done? Oh, looks like the... Oh, McLean's just turned up. If there's an armed guard called McLean, you might as well just put your hands up now. And, yeah, there we go. And that guy's been found with a key card. Not that it would actually matter. We've got Griffiths here, who is... I mean, they're really dislike showers by all accounts. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's this here. This is probably the most we've seen when it comes to people getting out. So, what would happen if everybody decides that they want to just summon some sort of weapon and then try and get out? Well, apparently they don't even get to the front door. Well, that's... I mean, I was going to say enlightening, but it's sort of what was expected with the snipers the way they are and the security features and the patrols. I didn't expect many people to get... I mean, I actually think they would have got a little bit further, but that's encouraging. Encouraging that... well, we've had fewer deaths than I expected, and that's with free fire on. If that was turned off, they probably would have got a bit further, and the snipers would only do some, like, basically unconscious shots. You can't kill them when you've got the non-lethal snipers on, but for the sake of security, it should always be on free fire. Anyway, that's been a bit of Prison Architect and the Extreme Testing Initiative. We have learned that when you spend probably $500,000... well, it's currently valued at minus 170,000 generic units of currency. Bricks and mortar 220,000, fixtures and fittings 357. So over, yes, over $500,000 on building something. When you spend that amount of money and try and make it secure, apparently it is actually secure. But we've not yet tried to escape from it ourselves, and that'll be the next episode. Hope it's been, if nothing else, a little bit of a mess on, and a little bit of a laugh, really. We've seen what happens when, yeah, the prisoners really don't want to be in here. But, well, apparently they still don't get out. Hope you have enjoyed it, and as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.